I hate leaving it all to you. It makes me wish there was some way of borrowing the echo. Well, you know, if that's not foreshadowing. The silence of the gods. Thanks to you, Vajra and her people need no longer live in fear. You have done us a great service this day. Long shall my sisters sing the praises of the Icon Slayer. Let us bear word to them of Sri Lakshmi's passing. Come, friends, to Veera Nilye. Or Nilya. I just hope we won't have to deal with any more primals before we march on Alamigo. Nope, just after. If only I had your power, the things I would do. Had the Kalyana's beliefs been closer to those of the Veera, this crisis could surely have been avoided. 'Twas your victory. 'Tis only meet that you be the one to tell my sister. Ah, the winds whispered of your success, and your eyes confirmed their testimony. The Lady of Bliss no longer holds our Kalyana sisters in her thrall. For this we thank you. I mean, she should still hold some. I mean, unless, like, the only ones that were taken by her were involved in the fight. But I think there was only 2. And she definitely got more than that before then. I don't know. Lavenza did the deed. We were but witnesses to her heroism. However, I fear this is only the beginning, for there's no cure for that which drives the desperate to beseech the gods for salvation. Should they wish to use their crystals to summon Sri Lakshmi again, naught can be done to stop them. We ignore our sisters' plight at our peril. This we know. We shall endeavor to show them another path, so that the day you speak of never comes. We're all in this together, all Amigans and Ananta. We understand that. Hopefully in time, they will too. You and yours will ever be friends of the Veera. On that you have my word. We should be getting back to the peering stones. Thank you again, Sarisha, for everything. All Veera will know of your deeds. Long shall they be celebrated. It was an honor to serve you, Icon Slayer. So now, I think we're heading into the peaks. Although there's nothing to indicate so far that we would go that way. Is there? I don't know. Oh, we have Conrad and Pippin here. The hero returns together with her stalwart comrades in arms. Glad to hear you managed to deal with the Ananta's primal before it could cause us any more grief. Gods know we have enough to worry about. We heard about the primal. Excellent work. If you are looking for Ehrenwald and his unit, they are currently investigating reports of suspicious activity in the area. And we don't have... yeah, I don't see, like, Lise and Alphino and Alize here. Welcome back. Conrad and Marshal Terrapin came to render aid, but I hear that won't be necessary. It won't. Sri Lakshmi's gone. But I should probably start at the beginning. Incredible. I don't know what to say. If you hadn't been there to stop her, who knows where it would have ended. You've saved a lot of lives, Lavenza. Take pride in that. It must be said that this is something of an unprecedented situation. Previous summonings were, to my knowledge, planned well in advance by a tribe as a whole. Indeed, there are several aspects of this incident which bear further investigation. In any event, the Kalyana's supply of crystals must remain limited for the foreseeable future, and ambient ether levels closely observed. Understood. The Alliance will consult with the Resistance and the Vera on how best to enforce such restrictions. Thank you, Vice Marshal. To other matters, then, what news of the Imperials? None, which itself is troubling. It seems as though the Skulls and the remainder of the garrison have fully withdrawn into the peaks. We've seen neither hide nor hair of them since Veladina. Regardless of their reasons, our path is clear. Father has decided that it is time to advance east. Finally. He was also most emphatic that you be spared further duties for the present. You are to rest. It would not do for the warrior of light to collapse from exhaustion during the march. We may not be as strong or as quick as her, but we are soldiers nonetheless. We can deal with the Imperials. Aye. You've earned this respite, so enjoy it. And the same goes for you, Mnago. You've been away from your family too long. Don't deny it. As you say, sir. Thank you. We'll make the most of our time here. I'm so used to when, the NPCs say, like, you need to take your rest, of that being, like, the end of a patch. But I'm like, wait a minute, no, we're just straight up in 4.0. Nago used to tell me stories about her home, but somehow it didn't really register that we'd be up this high. I know how you feel. I've never taken kindly to people telling me to rest. I'm actually kind of cool with it, to be honest. Much will hinge on whether we can capture or destroy Specula Imperatoris. Though the facility was unassailable from the north, it is very much vulnerable to attack from the south. Looks like it's up to me and mine to give you lot a proper welcome. My mother prepared a special meal for this occasion, and I have it on good authority that hers is the finest cooking this side of the Veladina. Honored guests, I pray you partake of our humble offerings as we give thanks for your many valiant deeds. Thank you, sir, for this warm welcome. We are honored to break bread with you and your family. It's so funny how, like, they have a male Makote face that actually makes them look a bit older. But they don't for female Makote. So, like, presumably this is Minago's mother. And then you have, like, Flamen that don't look any older than their, daughters or whatever. Well, not their they are their daughters. They don't look older. other than giving them, gray, white hair. Come, come, eat your fill of our food and drink deep of our spirits. There is more than enough for all. Well, when you put it that way, don't mind if I do. Then Alize and Alphino have white hair, but they don't look old. Well, I would say that mother doesn't look old either, just because she has the white hair. She wasn't kidding when she said her mother could cook. Seeing her with her family, I can't help thinking of my own. How my father would come home from a hunt with dinner on his shoulder, and Yida would prepare it with herbs and spices. Our mother died when I was little, so she did most of the cooking. We didn't have much, but we had each other, and that was enough for me. They wouldn't let us have even that. Theodoric, Gaius, of course Father and Yida had to fight. I would have too if I had been older, but they didn't have to die. It never ends, does it? They call us beasts, and they treat us like them. They push, and they push, and they... until someone pushes back, until someone takes up arms, or someone's a god, a false god. If the 12 are watching us, what are they thinking? What are they thinking when they see the strong hurt the weak? When people fight and die, and nothing gets better, and it just goes on and on and on. What will you say? There is no justice, just us. You'd have to ask them. I guess the second option would be, I think, the most appropriate. I don't think the gods listen to people like me. Thanks for listening. I know I was just rambling, but I feel better somehow. It's interesting. I was just thinking, seeing as so far all the gods we know of are just primals. They're just the manifestations of essentially people's imaginations. And the closest thing to real gods were the ancients. And that we are like the shattered form of an ancient. It makes it kind of interesting hearing her saying, I don't think the gods listen to somebody like me. And here we are listening to her. Thanks for listening. I know I was just rambling, but I feel better somehow. Who knows what the answers are, or if there even are any. Either way, life goes on, and we've got to go with it. Sorry, that sounded better in my head. I must be getting tired. Time to turn in, I think. Tomorrow's another day, huh? Let's see what it brings. Sleep well, Lavenza. So if your mother's food is so good, why are you such a terrible cook? Honestly, you've got to get her to teach you the basics while we're here. Because I've got other skills. In case you've forgotten, I'm one of the finest hunters this tribe has ever seen. And anyway, I don't remember you being a master culinarian. How long has it been since I last saw my father? Ugh. Better off without. Maybe Alphino and I should plan a trip to Charlian. When all of this is over, I mean. There is something to be said for a home-cooked meal, is there not? We must cherish these moments, fleeting as they are. The fight will always be there, waiting for us to return. The first of many. Alphino hopes that you are ready to rejoin the main host. I trust you are well rested and refreshed, yes? Then let us return to the front. The greater part of the Alliance forces should have advanced into the peaks by now, but I expect we will pass many of our comrades on the road east. There is a checkpoint along the way, as I recall, but we will need only to identify ourselves to the soldiers in order to pass. Moving on east. Yeah, when they were talking about that, I don't remember the name of it, but that building in the peaks that, you know, we need to attack or whatever. Like, I had forgotten about that, but I'm actually remembering some of that now. Particularly now Estinian. Which it was weird when we first see him again in Stormblood and he's standing at, you know, the big hole in the ground or whatever left by Omega. But again, as far as I remember, he has nothing to do with that storyline. I guess it's just him moving through the areas. Scions, a pleasure to have you with us again. You'll be happy to hear we've taken Alagiri and have already begun fortifying it as our new base of operations in the peaks. Give a shout to the lads as you pass, huh? Ooh, cutscene. Oh, right.
I remember how they laughed. Alliance and Resistance soldiers, eager for battle, trading jokes as we marched east towards the peaks. Beyond this last line of defenses lay the locks and the city. Breaching it would be no small feat. But we beat the Imperials back, just like that. And we liberated a village, the first of many.
I actually wasn't expecting a cutscene there. Did we get one when we went into the other half of Yanxia? I don't remember getting one there, so I wasn't expecting one here. Maybe my memory's just bad. My village, the one we visited with Mefred, is far to the north. There's no easy way to get to it from here, though. Through the pass and onward to the southeast, was it? The Imperials sure do like their towers, don't they? It would seem. Yeah, I was actually confused at first when they were talking about, what is it? Yeah, Specula Imperatoris. in saying that it was, I can't remember the exact word, but basically like there was no way of attacking it from the north, but it could be reached from the south. And typically I think when I think of the peaks, I actually think of it reversed. And that all of this stuff is in the south. And then this is the north. I don't know, I just thought that was worth saying. Probably not. As you can see, this part of the peaks is much higher than the northern reaches. Hence why the Imperials built Specula Imperatoris where they did. So those 3 towers to the east, that's her, sits right on the edge of a cliff, so attacking from the north is a fool's errand. From the south, on the other hand, she's no different from any other Imperial installation. You see now why Veladina was so important, huh? Right then, come along. They're waiting for us in Alighieri. I remember there being some kind of horror stories, you know, from NPCs in Alighieri. You know, just about Imperial occupation and all of that. And I wonder if that was in the MSQ or side quests. Obviously, we'll find out here soon, but... At first I was thinking, wait, is that the Aetheryte? That's a big-ass Aetheryte, but no, it's just... Although are crystal formations like that common outside of... Well, I'm trying to think. I mean, most of it is Mordona. And then I know there's areas in Thanalin. Alighieri was once a hub of trade and commerce, as I recall. Hence the need for a large central square. Alighieri's famous for that giant crystal. Some say Rauger himself put it there. Okay, so that's been there long before Bahamut. The settlement is remarkably intact. I see little evidence of fighting. Here we are, the new base of operations for the Alliance and the Resistance. Ah, there you are. Greetings, General. I see you have been quite busy in our absence. Less than you may imagine. The Imperials fled at our coming, and we took the village without a fight. Huh. Your timing is impeccable. We were about to discuss our strategy to seize Specula Imperatoris. Though we are fresh from the road, we should be glad to attend. Good. Take a moment to gather yourselves and join us when you are ready. Rather cowardly of them, uncharacteristically so. Yeah, that's my thought too. I don't know why the Imperials would abandon Alighieri without a fight, but I'm glad they did. So that's why the village was unharmed. Strong and unified, Minago would rather not keep General Adine and the others waiting. Well, you heard the Flame General. Looks like we've got a meeting to attend. Got Conrad here. Enjoy your time with Minago and her kin? Aye, that's what I want to hear. Too many soldiers forget the importance of time away from all this. I mean, that's actually like super fortunate. I mean, I just think real world scenario, you know, you get deployed somewhere. It's not like, oh, I just happen to have family in the area. On behalf of the Elder Seedseer, I thank you for your swift and decisive action against the primal menace. We are not unaware of the danger it posed to our fair nation. The Imperials underestimated us once, and they paid dearly for it. They may not be so easily deceived next time. But if we cannot fool them, we will simply have to break them. Oh, okay, he's talking about Villadina. Oh, Pippin. He's so small. I barely saw him over the table. Everything appears to be in order. Very good, very good. That everyone? Then let us begin. Alagiri is ours, and for a mercy we took it without losing a single man. But we dare not grow complacent. Specula Imperatoris will not be so easily won. If I may, General, should we not pause to consider the Imperial's motivations? For Xenos to surrender a fortified settlement of strategic importance without so much as firing a single shot is inexplicable. We searched the village and found no traps or other signs of sabotage. Suspicious though it may be, I will not refuse this gift from our enemy. The path to Alamigo is through the east, through Specula Imperatoris and Castro Mabania. It bears repeating, however, that the latter is home to a massive cannon with unparalleled range and destructive power, which means that we will need to strike Specula Imperatoris quickly, both to limit their ability to locate our forces in the field and to utilize the installation as a shield against attack, as they would doubtless not risk damaging the towers. I see. Then we have no choice but to accept what we have been given. Aye, that's the way of it. I have no doubt that Xenos has got something planned, but we'll just have to deal with it when the time comes. To the assault, then. The main host will commence a direct assault on Specula Imperatoris. During this time, I would hold the Scions in reserve at Alagiri to deal with any Imperial forces that may be dispatched in response. Understood. Wait a minute. We should be fighting with you and the Resistance. I understand you don't want to rely too much on Lavenza after what she's been through, but at least let the rest of us do our part. What will you say? If she wants to fight, I say let her fight. Don't do anything too reckless, alright? Yeah, show more concern, I think, is the route I will go. I won't. I promise I'll do what Conrad says. Mayhap it would be best if I accompanied you. Alize can stay with Lavenza. Which is just interesting, because Alize has proven herself, I think, to be more, at least, combat inclined, if not proficient as well. Oh, go if you must. The two of us can take care of ourselves. You have your orders. Dismissed. Meanwhile, deep within an Imperial research facility. Ah, yes. I remember this being a thing, but I don't remember exactly what happened here. Like the specifics. I know Kryl is in here. They did some type of experimenting on her, and I think that results in Fordola getting the, like, artificial echo.
Oh, my head.
Let us see. So, she lives. Impressive. Or merely lucky, though that too may prove a useful trait.
My lord, what have you done to me?
Though we Garleans are intellectually and physiologically superior in almost all respects, we lack the hereditary traits required for the reliable manipulation of ether, hence our unique inability to wield magics. This deficiency, for want of a better word, saw us subjected to decades of oppression by the lesser races, and we were eventually driven to seek shelter in the cold northern reaches of Ilsabard. Fortunately, said region was replete with vast deposits of ceruleum, which proved instrumental in the development of Magitech, a revolutionary technology conceived to compensate for our disadvantage. It was with Magitech that we grew strong, that our nation became an empire. Yet, ultimately, this was an extrinsic solution to an intrinsic problem. What I wanted was not a crude device to be used in lieu of magic. Through modification of the Garlean genome, I argued that it might be possible to enhance a subject's ability to manipulate ether, effectively empowering them to wield magics. Alas, my theories were met with consternation in the Imperial Court. Only Lord Xenos, with commendable foresight and wisdom, deigned to support my research.
You gave me this treatment, but I'm not Garlean.
Alamegan, through and through. What you have been granted is far greater than mere magic. Before that lesser light, it is as a second sun.
I am informed that Alagiri was recently occupied by the Resistance, and that an attack on Specular Imperatoris is considered imminent. This could provide an ideal opportunity to test her performance in the field.
Your skulls, was it? They have joined the garrison at the Watchtower?
Yes, my lord. By your leave, I would rendezvous with them and lead a counterattack against the insurgents.
No. Even were you to leave now, you would not arrive in time. There is another duty I would entrust to you.
Ooh, Thancred's here.
Found you.
So we know Kryl is there. We don't know exactly what's being done to her. And how exactly Ordola got whatever she has got. Although we know, I mean, eventually we'll know that it's like an artificial echo. Oh yeah, everybody else left, so it's just Alice and I. So full of fire and eager, weren't they? Well, I wouldn't worry too much. They're strong, and they have each other. At least he spared me the trouble of having to speak up. I wasn't about to let Lise go alone. Thank you for watching this video. Tonight's stream was really good. We are moving along through 4.0, almost done with it. We just got into the locks. So I don't know exactly how long it's going to take to get to Xenos and take him on, but hopefully another day we'll have that done. So yeah, if you want to see that live, the link to my Twitch is in the description down below. And if you like this video and want to see more like it, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again for watching. Have a good one.